Hello, this is a tournament game played recently in Bucharest. It's the Polytrade Grand Prix first edition, and this is a game I played in the last round against Elian Grigoriu, a 6-dan player who is also a former Romanian champion. And well, I was white and won the game quite comfortably, I would say, by 8.5 points. So let's have a quick look. First of all, we played a very common Fuseki with 2-star points and 2 Komoku parallel Fuseki. And then black, extremely conservative, takes away this corner to prevent the early Sansan invasion. So I attack the top left corner. This is a move to prevent the Shimari, and it's very common to play the low approach. He goes for a large pincer, so far so good. There are not too many options here. The most common one is to put pressure like this. And then locally, white can play another move to fix a base, for example c13, but it felt a little bit slow. And anyway, it's very difficult for black to attack those 3 stones, so that formation is quite resilient, therefore I played away. And this shoulder hit, it's a very popular move since the AI era, and the point is that white wants to set up some influence towards the center, and that actually happened. Now black attacks the low right corner to prevent a Shimari, and here the common move for white is just to attach under at r5 and simply take the corner. This would be a classic Joseki, but it feels like my 2 stones here don't really serve for the whole board thinking Joseki, let's say, and therefore I decided to play this kind of pincer, so I'm going for a center oriented strategy here. Well, black played the Keima. Actually, I expected him to play Ogeima. So the Joseki that follows the Ogeima style, it's something like this. Well, the new trend is to play this way. So in this position, it feels better for white to use the 2 stones with the wall, trying to set up a moyo in a box shape. Well, at least that was my plan, but my opponent played Keima, so now we gotta consider other Josekis here. So obviously cut Keima at the waist. Then we start fighting. Well, black can play Atari here, but usually this is a move that's depending on the ladder, so white will Atari. I mean, of course white can come out and fight, but even if the ladder works, white will Atari under and just grab the points in the corner. And this formation for black is somewhat over concentrated because it's a Ponuki, but he has another extra stone attached to it, so that would be a waste for black. Therefore he went down and we start a pretty complicated fight. All these moves are quite natural. Then we have this Tesuji, black pulls back, white defends this way. So my plan with this move is to either leave in the corner or surround one group or the other. But actually here the AI showed me that I can push first and even one more time, threatening the cuts, and then defend the corner R2 or T2. Actually R2 is a proper move, and now black also has to find a way to leave on the right side. So that would be the easy way. Both groups are leaving, we both have some running groups in the middle, but well, I had in mind this Q2, so I played my first instinct here. Then black Hane to kill my I shape, and now I'm thinking to surround his group. So if he plays N2, I want to play the Keima on the outside, and even though black can somehow capture my group, let's say something like this happens and he goes for the kill, he needs to play many moves inside, so it still gives me a lot of potential towards the center. This looks like a cosmic style game of Takemiya. So black didn't like this scenario to be surrounded and forced to play many moves inside, therefore he came out, and in this case I decided to leave. Normally I expected black to push Atari and then connect, and now, well, both white and black are alive, but somehow I feel a bit too low on the second line. So he allowed me to push on the third line and then even play this peep for forcing a heavy shape. The point of this peep is that when black connects, he ends up with an empty triangle here. So his wall is somewhat nullified or loses the potential completely. well, came on the second line to go out. If I don't play this move and I go somewhere else, let's say here, he immediately plays on the second line to put pressure on my group. So it's quite important. Even though it's a second line move, it's pretty urgent, and urgent moves are bigger than big moves. So black played on top. Here I expected him to double Hane, but the result is pretty much the same. I mean, if he plays here, I go Atari, he connects, I defend, and then he plays Atari. So pretty much the same kind of wall like in the game. So he pulls back, I have to Nobi to prevent the block, and then he covers. And now I play another peep just to make this wall somewhat meaningless, and I can go for big points. Yeah, this Kosumi, it's Sente, it's threatening the life of black group. So if he plays away, I immediately connect this stone and the group just dies. So it's a pretty powerful move to start setting up the Moy on the right side as well. Now, white can actually play several moves on the left side. For example, a pincer like this, or invade towards the corner. But my idea was to play for the center, so I stick to my original plan. Black played a very steady move, and I just cover. I want to keep my stones connected. If I play other moves, for example, I jump inside to start the attack, he will go out and separate my stones. All of a sudden, everything is running and it's difficult to build a center anymore. Therefore, I connected my groups and I expected black to extend back to the left side like this or like this to fix a base, in which case I can either defend the corner or put pressure in the top and still work my center out. So he played an inside approach. Black is also alert on the territory situation, so that's why he plays in the top right away. And actually at this stage white might be like 5 points ahead, but that's a very slim advantage still in the early stage of the game. So this is a pretty normal Joseki. I have to turn here, otherwise black will immediately push. It's an important move both for black and white. And then put pressure in the top, because anyway normally I need to play something like L17 to prevent his M17, but with this move I try to connect my stones together in the top area. Black played this in this was supposed to be center. I mean normally white just extends here and then black plays some other moves like push again and I don't know, jump in the middle or extend on the left side. But now that black never extended for a base, I felt okay, it's good timing to chase him a little bit and see what happens. So then this is natural. Well, on the left side there are other moves too, like this slide. But thing is, I wanted to keep things simple. So just connect this line somewhat in a flexible way, and all of a sudden black stones are in trouble. And again, I'm still going for the center. I mean, here I can pull back, then black jumps in the middle. But my plan was to build a huge center, so just sacrifice a stone on the left side and go back for the Moyo plan. Yeah, this is a pretty big move. And here we have a little trade, but I don't think I necessarily need it. I mean, I could just play Atari here, which is natural. He protects this way. I can go for a Hane in the corner, Atari, and then simply connect like this, or Kosumi, and it's absolutely fine. I mean, the game is still going quite okay for white. I would say white it's about 10 points ahead and it feels good, but for some reason I thought, okay, I will capture these stones and still erase the left side. And this capture, it's actually Sente. Black has to play here. If black doesn't play this move and just takes the left side, white comes out and now the wall is dying. And then I enter a little bit the left side, but black found a way to counter this. So if I don't cut, for example, I play this move. Let's see how it goes. And black connects. Well, I need to come back to the cut. What else? I can play here. He goes up and I connect, but now he also plays this move. Actually, he can play Nobi first, threatening the cut, and then he separates. So, like this, my center disappears, but also black is losing the points on the left side. I didn't feel very comfortable or confident of winning the game if I don't cut here. Therefore, I let black grab the left side. And I cannot cut right now. If I do this, white will lose the liberties rapidly. I mean, well, first of all, black can go down, and there's the damage summary here. So when I play this move, he captures my stones. So what I have to do right now is to protect against the squeeze, and then black also protects. If black doesn't play this move and plays away, white can capture. And now damage is done. Left side, it's kind of lost. And notice that black didn't connect here because there is Tiraji with this push or the peep on the second line. So he played Atari instead. Now finally back to work on the Moyo. So this schema, it's key to improve the top side. Black jumps in. Yeah, if black plays, for example, Nobi here and then, I don't know, defends the corner, white is happy to jump again and enclose the box. So yeah, he's reducing. This consumes Sente. Black has to survive. If black doesn't play that move, let's say black jumps again, white comes out, and then next thing you know, no second eye. So that's proper. This block is important. I was hoping for black to defend the corner right away, like this or Keima, and then I can attach here and pull back just to build the whole center and top. Well, here there's also a cutting point, so black might pay attention. But yeah, black is very alert about my center plan, so he jumps in to reduce the Moyo. Now I slide to destroy some points in the corner. Here I could also play this move or try to fight with a cut and so on, but I found this Tsuke, this wedge, which looks interesting because if black plays Atari this way, I can cut the stone from the left side. If he plays here, I cut on the right. So he decided to play Atari from below. And then again, I can cut one way or the other. So if he connects here, I cut like this. And if he connects on the right, I cut the left. And eventually I still build a lot. Now instead of this move, I expected black to go down and erase the top, but this will be exchanged with the block in the corner. And that's a pretty large point too. Therefore, black fixed the top left, but it's not necessarily Sente. And now I enclose the top side. And at this stage of the game, we were probably, both of us were counting a lot. And I always felt I'm between 5 and 10 points ahead, so it's really hard to come back and turn the game around, unless some blunder happens. Yeah, I expected black to connect under, and then I would play S17, and this will seal the game. But yeah, black is also alert on the big points in the endgame. This peep would be devastating, so white has to connect. And now we get into the small endgame stage, and there's not much that can happen. And that was it. This is like a declaration of victory move. I mean, there are big points on the right side, S12 and so on. Well, we played all that endgame out, and in the end, white won by 8.5. I hope you enjoyed this review, and we'll see you in the next one.